because not every scar owner is a survivor. Some don't get to make it. And when I say survivor, what do I mean by being a survivor? Now, it's one thing to own your scar, it's another thing to be able to stand and face people and talk about it. Hey lovely souls, welcome back to EmeraldAnnGold, and this is your girl Mary. It's always a pleasure to come on here to speak to you, to interact, engage, and bring you good news every single moment. Before I'm going to delve into what today is all, kicked up for, I would like to, take my time, just like I regularly do, to introduce myself and also to welcome you. So I am Mary, I already said that before. And I'd like to welcome you if you're a new subscriber, if you're a old subscriber, and a prospective sub. It's a pleasure to have you on board. Thank you for staying tuned. Thank you for connecting with me. And yes, let's bring it straight into today's matter. Alright. So, we all are fearfully and wonderfully made, and there is always a different form of beauty in everybody's eyes. There's always different things we see or we try to attribute people's, personality or distinctiveness to. And in this manner, I'd like to talk about our scars. Yeah. So, as we all know, scars are beautiful. They are physical and metaphorical, and they are emblematic because they show the past and then the wounds and healing processes we've definitely encountered, signature or symbol of our past wounds and how we are healing, how we are, being successful towards what the scars enforces within us or around us. And this is something that should be cherished, something that should be, applauded, because not every scar owner is a survivor. Some don't get to make it. And when I say survivor, what do I mean by being a survivor? Now, it's one thing to own your scar, it's another thing to be able to stand and face people and talk about it. There are different things we go through in life, where there are different stages we go through in life, or different circumstances that life must have pushed us or we must have found ourselves in. And in that manner, it's always admirable to appreciate each stage of encounter we get along the way. There are different kind of scars. Scars are beautiful things. They are pictures. I usually say something that I love to create times and memories. I love to take pictures, and in as much as I love to do all of these, it leaves you with memories, a lifelong memory. And that is what scars definitely look like. Looks like, when you have a moment in your life where you've been faced with either unforeseen obstacles or challenges or things that were caused by your very own hand. Irrespective of what these things may be, they bring about scars. And I must say that freshly gotten scars are not admirable because it's still in a painful stage where you have to try and overcome it by healing. But at some point in life, we get to understand where those scars are coming from and what they symbolize. So I'm just going to be delving into what the purposes of scars might be and how they tend to link us to the final stage where we get to admire them and we can gladly look down on those scars and smile. So I would say a stage where it's more like we just have to be resilient because we are survivors. Okay, so being resilient as a survivor of your scar shows that you've been able to go through hardship, you've been able to nurture what the pains are, and then you've successfully advanced to a stage where you can now start processing the thought of what you had in the past. And that is what the resilience and survival part is. For every scars you've had, it is majorly encrypted in pains, the pains you've suffered in the past. And that is what the resilience aspect and being a survivor aspect stands for when it comes to owning your scars beautifully. Then there's also a healing and recovery stage. In this stage, it makes you understand that you have no other option but to hold on to that process, the process of watching it grow from that tenderness, that fragile state, to getting to a stage where it covers up and then it becomes more meaningful, and then we ease off of the pains and we can easily let go of whatever it is. And then getting scars, there's another stage where it has to do with the lessons we learn. Life itself is a lesson because we keep learning. We never, like, no one ever stops learning. You don't have to go to school, you don't have to pay fees, you don't have to enroll for a certain course or profession before you learn. You could be at the comfort of your own home zone and you're learning one thing or the other. It could be through the social media, it could be through your interaction with your kids, it could be through your conversations with your friends, or it could be through communication with God Himself. So there are different stages where we get to learn lessons from our scars, and I must say this terminology is what is such that prepares us for the future. It makes us much more aware of what things are, what our surroundings are, dangers ahead, and so many other things. It basically gives us the knowledge that we never knew existed when it comes to lessons of life. And then I would say another stage could be like a transformation and changing stage. Is such that you're no longer left in a state of not knowing. Now you've known and you've transited. Like, you now have that basic knowledge of what this challenge or what it's embodied entirely. So at this point in life, you are not a novice anymore. You're not vulnerable. You can speak up. You can own your truths, and you can be a force you can be a force or a voice for someone else that is still in the healing stage or recovery stage. So another aspect too would also be the empathy and compassionate stage. There are times in our lives where, because of what we've been through, or because of what we see around us, or what we see on earth, we tend to become empathetic towards someone else that is in the early stage of that same predicament. So I would definitely like to attribute this, because this particular aspect of owning your scar, the empathetic and the compassionate aspects, it reflects the love of Jesus Christ. As a believer and as a Christian, you would definitely know that even Jesus Christ had his own scars. Where the Bible says it was wounded for our transgressions, he was bruised for our iniquities, the chastisement of our peace was upon him, and by his stripes we were healed. And that reflects Isaiah 53 verse 5. It makes us understand that Jesus Christ had to go through this entire process for a sin he never committed, all so that we can, enjoy redemption, enjoy that freedom, and bask in the phase where we no longer have to pay the price, because he paid the price for us, the ultimate price. So talking about the empathetic and the compassionate state of owning your scars, it comes to reflect what love God has for us, that he gave his only begotten Son of God, his only begotten Son Jesus Christ, to come die for us. And this also relates to when that process, that point in time where Jesus Christ had died, he was already buried, he was resurrected, and then he came back to life. When Thomas saw him, he had doubts that this is not Jesus Christ, this is not my Lord. And Jesus had to tell him to feel the palm of his hands to see. He should feel the scars in his hand to ascertain that this is Jesus Christ. And then for that, if you look at John 20 verse 24, from 24 to 26, 29 thereabouts, you would see where all of this was demonstrated. And then it also comes to make you understand that it will definitely heal. It would leave you a scar, yes, but I would say the strength of our scars should not be embedded in the physical attributes, but should definitely be like a symbol of endurance. It should definitely be greater in force, such just like a symbol of endurance, a symbol of recovery, a stage where you've learned, you've been transformed, and then now it has now shaping your life journey into who you are. If you're still at that stage where you feel so uninterested, or you still feel traumatized about your scar, and you feel you can't talk about it, or you feel it can't be addressed at that time, I would use this measure to encourage you that, see, you can't undo the past. The past has occurred. Now you have the future ahead of you. You have to live up to your dreams. You have to live up to your expectations of yourself. And if you do not stand up today for yourself, who will? No one will. Well, for some people they will say, oh, it's easier said than done. It's easier for you to just chit chat about it because it's not yours, right? Yes, I understand it's not mine. But the least I could do is to, bring words of encouragement and cheer you on. We all have scars on different parts. We all have scars that we can talk about, and some we can't talk about. But definitely, it still channels down to the point that this has shaping our life. We've grown, we've succeeded in being able to stay resilient. We've been able to, stand for who we really are. And I believe it has also influenced our character so far. So if you have your scars, please be proud of them. Do not let the world define your scars. You define them, and it becomes very beautiful, irrespective of what others think about it. It becomes very beautiful. There are lots of people now, say celebrities or just people we know in our lives, that their scars might not be beautiful, but it just gives us that reassurance that once there's life, there is hope. And that's it. That's the essence of life, having the hope that you can still live, you can still make it, you can still build those dreams, and you can still work on those visions, you can still love, you can still live, and all of that. That is what the scars remind you of. It's more like a second chance to being a better person. So why not choose to be a better person than you really were before the scars came? So if you love yourself just the way I love you, and just how I've brought this word to you, I feel and I believe that you should believe in yourself, and you should set your priorities right by embracing your scars, loving them, looking down on them, and making them be your strengths in tough situations. Praise your scars, say sweet things to them, and pray for them most of all. Speak good things about them. And before you know it, it becomes a part of you, and you don't even see it as a scar, you just see it as your strength. So permit me to say your scars are your strength, because you are a fighter and you've come this far to give up now. So I would like to give off this to any mother, any father, brother, sister, son or daughter, babies, or old ones and vulnerable ones, whoever, irrespective of what stage of life you're in. I would like to say that those scars you have, be it little, be it huge, be it physical or emotional or mental or social or financial or say spiritual, whatever that scar might be, whatever level it might be at, whatever stage you might be at, say it's the early stage of survival, or the stage of recovery, or the stage of transformation, or learning your lessons, or being empathetic and showing kindness, whatever it is, I want you to understand that you've come this far. You've come this far. You are a survivor. You are a fighter. You are an inspiration. You are brave. You're bold. You're loyal. You're courageous. Like you're everything resilient and everything positive you can ever think of. Your scars are beautiful. Your scars are beautiful. They've made you who you are. So stand strong. Embrace your scars. I don't want to overwhelm you with so much of I don't want to overwhelm you with so much of thoughts on the scars, but I want you to reflect on how far you've come and appreciate who you are right now. Appreciate those scars. Appreciate what it has made you to become. It has brought you through that significant, shaping hand. It has helped. It has helped redefine your life, your character, your growth path, and now it symbolizes the strong, never resilient person you are right now. So, once again, love those cards because those cards are a symbol of growth, a symbol of courage, a symbol of bravery, and to sum it all up, you are a survivor. And trust me, many people are looking up to you. Be your own voice, be other people's voice. You are beautiful. Those cards are beautiful. Scars are beautiful. Thank you for staying tuned. If you watched through this very moment, please do well to subscribe, to like, to share, and to comment. Let's engage. I'd like to know what scars you have. I don't care what type of scar it might be it physical, be it emotional, be it spiritual scars or mental scars, whatever the scars are, feel free to share and you will definitely get a feedback from me as well. Thank you so much, and always remember that your scars are beautiful. You are beautiful. Stay beautiful. Until we see you next time again, thank you for staying tuned and thanks for watching. Goodbye.